Good evening, students. Hello.
Hello.
Okay. Good evening, students. Are you getting my voice?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, yesterday we have started our classification of weeds. Okay. And we have discussed three criteria. The first one based on the life cycle, or you can say autogeny. And then we have completed our based on the seed type. In this, we have seen the monocotyledon weeds and a dicotyledon weeds. Can anyone tell me the difference between the monocotyledons and dicotyledons? Difference between monocotyledons and dicotyledons, anyone?
Mono means single cotyledon.
Yeah, single cotyledons. And what else? In monocotyledons, okay, one cotyledon is there, and that cotyledon cannot be splitted into two. This is also very important. Ki that cotyledon is not going to who cannot be splitted. Okay, and in monocotyledons, whatever the weeds will be there, that can be annual also, biennial, and perennials. There is not such criteria that monocotyledons can't be annual or biennial or like perennials. The monocotyledons can be annual, biennial, and perennial inhabited, and usually this monocotyledon weeds considered 13 orders. Okay, and the most important, and this monocotyledon is usually divided into grasses and sedges. Okay, so I have started from here because I'm going to tell you about the characteristics of the grasses and sedges also. Okay, so in grasses they are usually monocotyledons and they belongs to the most important family. He is the Poaceae, or you can say the Gramineaceae. And after this Poaceae family, the second most important one is the Commelin, Commelinaceae family, which belongs from the Commelina bengalensis. Is and they usually contribute to the species diversity of the monocot. Means these two are most important one families in the grasses. And if we talk about the stem, which Shivanshika has told yesterday also, okay, the stems of grasses are usually cylindrical, or you can say circular in nature, and like this structure is there, cylindrical, or you can say the circular in section, and they are having a definite nodes at a particular distance. Means they are having some nodes at a regular intervals, and the between these nodes, the area between these nodes are known as the internodes. And these nodes are jointed, and the internodes, this one is usually the jointed, and the internodes are basically hollow in structure. Okay, and if we talk about the leaf of the grasses, then they are usually narrow, thin, and linear. Okay, and so many other characteristics are also there, but we have to focus on this thing ki they are usually narrow, thin, and linear, and they usually appear as a alternatively. Means on this branch is there, so the leaves are appear alternately. Means on one node if we are having one leaves, then on other nodes we are having in differently. Like this means two rows of the nodes are there, and like this leaves arrangements are there, alternatively arrangements are there. And if we talk about, I told you yesterday also ki if we talk about the venations, okay, so the grasses are usually having the parallel venation. Okay, this you have to remember because this are usually asked in so many exams. And the grasses are having the tillering capacity also. This tillering capacity is also one distinguished characteristic of the grasses because the tillering are usually occur in the grasses only. Okay, so these are the important one key in monocotyledons. If we talk about, there are 13 orders, and if we talk about the grasses, so the most important family is the Poaceae family. And if we talk about the stem of the grasses, so the circular or the cylindrical shape structure is there in the stem, and they are having nodes and internodes. At the nodes, the usually nodes are jointed, and the internode area are usually hollow in structure. And if we talk about the leaf, so they are having the parallel venation and they are usually narrow, thin, and linear. And the fourth one, they are having the tillering capacity. These are the common features of the grasses. If means if we see in depth, then so many things are also there, but we are not going to talk about that. One more important thing about the fruit, कि which type of fruits are usually occur in the grasses, then and they are usually having caryopsis type of fruit. Because you see in rice, in wheat, oats, in every these cereals which are belongs to the Poaceae family, they are usually having this caryopsis fruit type. Okay, and if we talk about the root system, कि which kind of root they are usually having, then the answer may be the most are having the adventitious roots. Can anyone tell me about this adventitious roots? What are they? Hello.
Ma'am, they arise from stem or lateral portions.
Okay, and what is the difference between the tap root system and your adventitious roots?
I mean, taproot, there is one primary root,
Okay.
and in adventitious, there are so many secondary or lateral roots arising from stem region.
Okay. It's correct, but the most important thing is if we talk about this adventitious roots and taproot system. So usually adventitious roots are shallow in depth, okay, because they are originated from the nodes. The second means not from the first node, from the second node, or they are arising, and they are usually smaller in length. Okay. But if we talk about the tap root system, so they are usually go deeper, and only one primary roots, as she told us, they are having. And so means the length of the roots are usually larger in comparison to the adventitious roots. Okay, so these are the things we have talked about: the stem, leaf, root, and then this branches. In the case they are not having the branches, we have talked about the tillering capacity. And one more thing about the growth, which type of growth the grasses is having. So the grasses usually have determinate growth. Can anyone tell me about this determinate growth and non-determinate growth?
Ma'am, in determinate growth, I guess there is no apical dominance.
Okay. Anyone else? Determinate and non-determinate growth. Actually, in determinate growth, the vegetative and reproductive phases are there, and Once the vegetative is completed, then the reproductive phase or the growth is started. Okay. But in non-determinate growth, both the vegetative as well as the reproductive, they are usually occur combinedly. Means at the time of the fruiting, there are some vegetative growth is also there. Can you give me the example? Can anyone know ki- where this type of growth is usually occur? In the case of tomato. Okay. And so many crops are there, and I think in some of the cotton variety, cotton is also having in this vegetative as well as the reproductive growth is simultaneously. And that's why in cotton your harvesting is a major problem, because maybe once in one branches your flowering is there, but in another branches your vegetative growth is there. Okay, means all the flowers or the fruits are not developed at a particular time. They may be harvesting at the different stages. And the cowpea is also the same thing, because in some branches your what you can say, your vegetative growth is going on, but in some other branches or the this your fruits are developed. So these type of things are usually occur or in tomato, cowpea and cotton, and they are known as the non-determinate growth. But in determinate growth, after vegetative growth is completed, then your reproductive is started, and this is usually occur in the grasses. Okay. And if we talk about the germination, so can anyone tell me which type of germination is usually occur in grasses? Uh, I'm telling you, the hypogeal germination is e- usually not it's confirmed or the fixed, but in the most of the cases, hypogeal germination is there in the grasses. What is the difference between this hypogeal germination and epigeal germination?
In hypogeal, there is surface growth is more, and in epigeal, there is ground growth is more below
Yeah.
the ground.
Okay, because in hypogeal germination, your cotyledon is not going to come out of at the soil surface. They are inside the or under the soil. Okay, so this is known as the hypogeal germination. Okay, these are the mostly the important thing. I hope I'm not forgetting anything else. Okay, we will discuss in later stages. These are the characteristics of the grasses. Now see what's there in. Okay, let's see the characteristics of the sedges. So usually these sedges are also the monocotyledons, and they usually resembles with the grasses only. But in leaf and stem there are some differences which we are taking together, means over here. And the most important family, the sedges are usually Cyperaceae family. In the case of this grasses, the Poaceae is the most important one. But in the case of the sedges, the Cyperaceae is the only family. He, over here, you just remember this thing. This is the only family in the sedges. And if we talk about the sedges, so the stem, if we talk about they are in triangular shape is there, or in some cases the circular or stem is also there. But their nodes are not jointed, as we know that in the grasses the nodes are jointed, but over here the nodes are not jointed. Okay. And this the difference between these nodes and internodes are not that much distinct as in the case of the grasses. Okay. This distinguishable character between the nodes and internodes are hardly visible in the sedges. And if we talk about the leaf, so again in over here also the leaves are usually narrow, or thin and linear. Okay. But one have you do you know about the ligule? What is ligule? Usually, in the case of the grasses, the ligule is present, but in the case of the sedges, if they there is no any this type of ligule, means the leaves are usually without this ligule. Okay, and I will show you the structure of the ligule. Just wait a minute. And in this leaf, the venation, if we talk about, so again they are having the parallel venation. Okay, a first family, second, third, and in the fourth characteristic we have talked about the tillering. So in the case of the sedges, we are not having the tillering, means they are hardly found in some of the sedges, but over here colonization is there. Okay, colonization simply means that the newly sprouted tubers are there or other vegetative propagules are there. So their colonization means the gathering, or you can say the assemblance is there, but there is no tillering is hardly found in the sedges. Okay, and if we talk about this root, so they are also having the same adventitious roots they are having, or the fibrous roots are there. uh, and then we are having the fruits type. So usually in the sedges we are having nut type of fruit, or you can say the acne type of fruit, but not the caryopsis type. Then seven, we are having the germination. If we talk about out, so as we see that in grasses we are having the hypogeal germination, but over here actually whatever the cotyledon terminal parts are there, so they come out of at the time of the germination, and because of that we can say that okay, they are having the apigeal type of germination. And last we have discussed about the growth. Okay. And in the growth also they are also having the determinate growth. Okay, anything I have missed out? I have discussed about the family, the stem, and the structure. We have seen that the triangular roots are usually there, but over here they are not solid.
Ma'am, what about their leaves pattern? You told that grasses the leaves appear alternatively. So in sedges, what is the pattern?
Usually, if we talk about this key, they appear okay in sedges. In sedges also, usually the leaves are like this only. You can see over here they are having the colonization type of there, means at one nodes you can see the so many leaves are there. Okay, or over here also you can see the leaves are there, means there is no any fixed pattern. You see over here they are not having that type of fixed pattern ki, okay, they will be having alternate leaves or like this. Okay, but this ligule I will be showing this key in leaves of the sedges, the ligule is absent, but this ligule is present in the grasses. Okay, and the example is over here. Now let's see about the your broadleaf weed. We should focus on this key in broadleaf weed. If you say, so they are usually dicotyledons, and the most important family in the broadleaf weed I am talking about. And if we talk about the family in the broadleaf weed, the most important family is the Asteraceae family, and so many other families are also there, like the Amaranthus is there, Fabaceae is there, Polygonaceae is there, Solanaceae, but the most important one is the Asteraceae. You have to remember in the grasses, the Poaceae family is the most important, and the only family in the sedges is the Cyperaceae, and the most important family of the broadleaf is the Asteraceae. And if we talk about the stem in the broadleaf weeds, so they are usually circular in section, and they are usually having the hairy hair-like structure at the place of the nodes and internodes. Okay, this is very important, and your nodes and internodes are also very distinct, uh, differentiated between the nodes and internodes are there. And if we talk about the leaves, so the leaves are usually broad, they are not narrow. Oh, and they usually in ovate shape, or you can say the oval shape leaf are usually there, and these leaflets are there. So these leaflets are usually, you can say, a trifoliate leaves are there, or you can say the quadri foliate leaves are there, means on leaves you are at one nodes you are having this type of leaves structure is there. Okay, and the venation, if we talk about the venation of the leaves in the broadleaf, so they are usually palmate venation. And I have told you, if this broadleaf monocotyledons if also there, so they are usually having this palmate venation. Okay, and in this also the leaves of the broadleaf, they are not having the ligules or auricles is there, and I will be showing this ligule structure and auricles so that it will be more clear. And then we are having the fourth about the tillering. So this tillering is completely absent in broadleaf weed. They are only having the branching. Okay, means the branches are there, but the branches are not present in the your grasses and sedges, but in broadleaf they are having the branches, they are not having tillering. Then we have discussed about the roots. So usually this broadleaf are having the tap root system. So the tap roots are more deeper than the fibrous or the adventitious roots. And if we talk about the fruits, so there are so many different types of fruits. They over here there is no any fixed fruit type is there. In different crops, different types of fruits you will be observing. And then after fruits, if we talk about the germination, so in germination, they may be means mainly it is epigeal, but this epigeal is not fixed. They, in some cases, the hypogeal germination is also sowed at one or two crops, or in one or two families. Okay, so over here the germination is mainly the apigeal, but it's not fixed that all the germination will be apigeal. But in the case of your this grasses, this is fixed that in grasses all the germination will be hypogeal in nature. But in sedges also this is not fixed that all the germination will be apigeal or the hypogeal. There is no fixed guarantee, but mostly they are having the apigeal germination. And if we talk about this growth habit in the case of the broadleaf weed, so usually the broadleaf weed is having indeterminate growth. And I have told you what does it mean indeterminate growth. Okay, so these are the characteristic features of the grasses, sedges, and your broadleaf weed. Just wait a minute, I'm showing you the ligule's structure also. Are you able to see the screen? So see,
Yes, ma'am.
okay,
Yes,
this
ma'am.
is the leaf blade over here, okay, and this five means your sheet-like structure is there. The ligule white membranous structure you see over here, which is often hairy outgrowth, is also seen over here, and this usually occur at the junction of the leaf blade and the sheet over here. And what do you understand by the sheet? Sheet is that portion of the leaf which is covered the your stem, okay, so that portion is known as the sheet. It so at the junction of this leaf blade and your sheet is the ligule is present, and this ligule is the you can say this is a distinct characteristic of your grasses, okay. This is not present in the sedges also, and this ligule is not present in your broadleaf weed also. So this is a very important characteristic of the grasses. And the second very important characteristic is the auricle, okay, and this is also a tendril like appendages is there, which is like you can say the clasping word is usually used for this thing, ki, which is always in the opposite direction, okay. See, the leaves are leaf blade is growing in this direction, but your auricle are moving in just the opposite direction, okay. And this wheat barley also means are having, because they are also the belongs to the poaceae family, they are the grasses, so they are having this ligule and auricle in them. I hope this picture clears you what is. Just go to the field also, and in this time you can see this wheat crop in the field, and just observe it very with your means interest, means it's show your interest in that, so you will be able to find out ki what are these things, okay. Where were I? So I have completed this grasses, sedges, and your broadleaf weed. And one more important thing which I missed yesterday. See, if you see the plant kingdom, okay, over here, if you see this plant kingdom, so this plant kingdom is basically divided into two categories, okay. The first one is the cryptogamy, CRY is there, cryptogamy, okay, and the second one is the phanerogamy. So this phanerogamy is usually the flowering plants, whatever the flowering plants are there, they will come under this phanerogamy, and this cryptogamy is the flowerless plants, okay. And if we classify this further, so in flowerless plant we are having this flowerless plant, this cryptogamy is again divided into four categories, okay, sorry, three categories. The first one is the Thelophyta, the second one is the Bryophyta, then we are having Pteridophyta. This maybe you have read in your 11th 12th Okay, and you know the thallophyta are usually the thallus-like structures are there, and if we talk about the example of the thallophyta, that will be your algae. Then we are having the bryophyta. The bryophyta are usually the non-vascular plants. Okay, but they may be thallus or non-thallus structures are there, but they are usually non-vascular is the most important, and in this you are having the example mosses, and then we are having pteridophyta. So these are the seedless plant, but they are vascular in nature. And what do you understand by the vascular plants? Can anyone tell me? What do you understand by vascular plants?
in which there is channel of xylem and
Xylem.
phloem.
One by one. Who is there? The boy? You just answer me. क्या बोल रहे
मैम
थे?
जाइलम और फ्लोएम जिसमें रहता है वही वेस्कुलर प्लांट होता
हाँ, टेरिडोफाइटा जिसमें भी वैसिकुलर मतलब कि जाइलम फ्लोएम जिसमें प्रेजेंट होता है कि आदान प्रदान हो सके। ठीक है, कोई भी चीज यहाँ से वहां ट्रांसपोर्ट हो सके और फिर मतलब रूट से आपका लीव्स तक जाए, लीव से आपका जो भी खाना पहुंच रहा है तो वो अदर डिफरेंट पार्ट्स ऑफ द प्लांट में जा रहा है, तो उसी को हम वेसिकुलर प्लांट्स कहते हैं। ठीक है, और अगर हम फ्लावरिंग प्लांट्स की बात करें तो उसमें हमारा आता है स्पर्मेटोफाइटा। ठीक है, तो इसे हम यूजुअली, क्योंकि टेरिडोफाइटा के बाद ये आता है और ये हमारा फेनरोगेमी में होता है, तो इसको हम बोलते हैं कि सीडेड वेसिकुलर प्लांट्स। ठीक है, अब ये चीज मैं क्यों बता रही हूँ, क्योंकि जो ये मोनोकॉट और डाइकॉट का क्लासिफिकेशन आया है ना, ये तुम्हारा क्लियर हो सके। ठीक है, कि स्पर्मेटोफाइटा, अब ये सारी चीजें आ गई, और फिर यहाँ पे ये टेरिडोफाइटा मतलब फ्लावरलेस प्लांट्स जो था वो तो 3 कैटेगरी में डिवाइड हुआ और फिर रुक गया, लेकिन स्पर्मेटोफाइटा जो है, जो कि सीडेड वेसिकुलर प्लांट्स है, फिर से यहाँ पे डिवाइड होता है। ठीक है, तो एक हो जाएगा हमारा जिम्नोस्पर्म आ जाएगा, और दूसरा जो आता है हमारा एंजियो स्पर्म आ जाता है। ठीक है, जिम्नोस्पर्म पता है कि इसमें यूजुअली जो भी सीड होगा वो नेकेड सीडेड होता है, और जो एंजियोस्पर्म होता है वो यूजुअली हमारा क्लोज सीडेड हेड प्लांट्स जो होते हैं वो होते हैं। अब यही एंजियोस्पर्म जो होता है वो आगे चल के आपका मोनोकॉट, मतलब क्योंकि सीड जो है वो क्लोज तो हो गया है, लेकिन अब जो सीड है उसमें एक कॉटिलेडॉन प्रेजेंट है या दो कॉटिलेडॉन है, ये आपका पूरा प्रॉपर क्लासिफिकेशन आता है। उसके बाद तो मैंने आपको बताया ही कि मोनोकॉट जो होगा फिर वो ग्रासेस एंड सेजेस में डिवाइड हो जाएगा, और डाइकॉट जो होगा वो आपका आगे जो है वो डिवाइड होगा। अब लेकिन हमें कुछ जो ये एल्गी थे उनको याद रखना है एग्जाम्पल्स, और कुछ फर्न्स के भी एग्जाम्पल्स याद रखने हैं जो कि आपके वीड इम्पॉर्टेंट वीड्स में आते हैं। ठीक है, तो वही इम्पॉर्टेंट एल्गी जो है जो वीड्स का है वो देख लेते हैं कि कौन कौन से। तो एल्गी में जो इम्पॉर्टेंट वीड आता है आपका, वो है आपका चारा या कायरा, जिसको जो भी आप बोले, निटेला, और फिर आपका होता है क्लोरेला, स्पाइरोगायरा, क्लेडोफोरा। तो ये सारे जो एल्गी होते हैं जो कि आपके थैलोफाइटा से बिलोंग करते हैं, तो यही सारे एग्जाम्पल्स आपका यूजुअली मिलता है। ये जो चारा और निटेला होता है ना, ये आंध्र प्रदेश में ये जो है ये बहुत ही बड़ा प्रॉब्लम है। कोस्टल जो भी आपके राइस फील्ड्स होता है ना आंध्र प्रदेश में, ये वहाँ पे ये चारा और निटेला जो है बहुत ही प्रॉब्लमेटिक वीड्स है। आपका वेस्ट बंगाल में भी ये बहुत ज़्यादा प्रॉब्लमेटिक वीड वहाँ पे ये जो है माना जाता है। उसके बाद आपके जो फर्न्स के एग्जाम्पल्स जो भी होंगे, ये जो आपके प्रॉब्लमेटिक वीड्स में, मतलब नॉट प्रॉब्लमेटिक वीड्स, जो कि आपके वीड्स के कैटेगरी में आते हैं, जो यूजुअली आपके टेरिडोफाइटा से बिलोंग करते हैं, ये जो फर्न्स है ना, ये हमेशा आपके पेरिनियल स्पोर्स प्रोड्यूस करते हैं। ये चीज़ एक बहुत ही इम्पॉर्टेंट है जो याद रखना कि जो भी आपके ये फर्न्स हैं, ओके सॉरी सॉरी आई फॉरगेटन, कि the ferns are usually producing your perennial spores. Okay. Eh, so they will the perennial, I have already told you that the perennials are that which will occur for more than the 2 years, and in this you are having the marsilia. The examples, you are having the marsilia and salvinia. Can anyone tell me the uh, common name or the English name of this marsilia and salvinia? And one more, we are having pteridinium. On the basis of their family name, it is there. Who is going to tell me the name of Marsilia and Salvinia? Common name.
मैम सैल्विनिया होगा वाटर फर्न
अच्छा, वाटर फर्न, ठीक है.
और उसके बारे में नहीं मालूम मैम.
मार्शिलिया नहीं पता. कोई और ट्राई करना चाहेगा? मार्शिलिया किसी ने नहीं सुना. सेल्विनिया वाटर फर्न इसने सही बोला एकदम.
Water clover, ma'am.
वाटर
Clover.
Okay, I'm not getting exactly whatever you are saying. Just write in the chat. This Marsilia is usually known as the pepperwort. Okay, where I have kept my pen. Hmm, this is- oh. Marsilia is usually known as the pepperwort. Okay, and the Salvinia is usually the common English name. You can say it is the water fern. Okay, and these both are very important, so remember it. Okay. May I give you some common name over here, because water fern आ गया तो मैं सोच रही हूँ, आई एम जस्ट थिंकिंग दैट यू शुड नो सम ऑफ द नेम्स. कि water thymus, can anyone tell me the scientific name of water thymes? Water spinach, water hyacinth, water soft, water prime rose. कभी सुना है? Have you heard these names or not? Water
No, what
lettuce,
water hyacinth is.
only water hyacinth, because this is very common. That's why you have
Yeah.
heard this. Then you are having water lily, and then you are having water grass, and one water sedge is also there. And water sedge. Because water fern name came over here, that's why I'm just telling you all the water, because I usually remember all the names like this. All the water should be together so that I will not forget. If we talk about the water thymes, then your name is going to be hydrilla. Okay, hydrilla verticillata. If we talk about the water spinach, then this is ipomia. And ipomia is also known with some other name.
Uh, Prime rose something.
No, no, no. It's morning glory.
Morning glory.
Okay, ipomia is also known as the morning glory. The water hyacinth is, everyone know, Ecornia crassipus. So I'm not going to write over here. Then water hyssop is there, that is known as the bacopa. Okay, I'm just giving you the genus name, not the species, because species usually gets changed also. But if we, you know the genus name, you will going to correct the name, means select the correct name in the objective. Then water prime rose is there, and this is also sometime it is known as jusiaca, and in some places it's written ludwigia. Okay, so both are correct. Ki maybe the Jusiaca or the Ludwigia is known as the water prime rose. Water lettuce is the Piscia, and in water lily, Nymphella. Water grass is the barnyard grass. Can anyone? It's also the common name, or you can say the English name. Can anyone tell me the scientific name of barnyard grass,
Digitaria sanguinalis or Echinocloa?
Echinocloa crustula.
Echinocloa, Crescally.
Okay, crust gully, you have to remember this thing. Okay, because if it's come the colonna, then it will be the jungly rice. Okay, then water sedge is there, and the scientific name of water sedge is your carex. Okay, so all these water categories you should remember together. Okay, we have. Okay. In this also, something I have missed, the total or the hollow root parasite is also known with some other name. Can anyone tell me? This total is also known as obligate root parasite. Why it's known as the obligate? Because they will be dependent on the host root only, and they do not have any other source of gathering the food. That's why they are known as obligate root parasite. Okay, the same thing, this is known as the obligate shoot parasite. Okay. And usually this partial or hemi root parasite, right? What is the difference between this total and partial? Initially, this partial or hemi root parasites are dependent only on the host root. Okay, but for their food, but as the living condition, or once they emerge out from the soil now, so they will be having the green leaves, they will be having, and then they also have the green color, means they will be the chlorophyllous in nature, and they will start producing their own food. And because of that, initially they were dependent on the host root, but and after that they are not dependent on the host root, and that's why they are known as the partial or hemi root parasite. Okay, and the example over here, you all know Orebanke is there, and I have told you that Orebanke is usually means attacked on a tobacco, and the other crops I'm also giving on which this Orebanco is usually attacked. So they are the tomato is there, faba bean is there, chickpea is there, and you are having mustard also. So this Orobanche is attacked on these things. Then we are having the Striga, which is I told you the partial or the hemi root parasite, and this in later stages or after the emergence from the soil, they will be he start producing their own food. And in this Striga is usually attacked on the sorghum, or you can say the cowpea. The maize is also there on which it's going to attack. Okay, then we are having this cuscuta, and again this cuscuta is also known as the obligate shoot parasite. And the examples on which the cuscuta can attack, they are the alfalfa, or you can say the niger. Niger is a fodder crop. Then we are having the linseed, and all these are very important examples of the cuscuta. Okay, then we are having this partial thing, in which are usually attack on the mango or other or trees are there. And one example which I missed, it is the Cassitha filiformis. Okay, why I have mentioned over here? Because this is a parasite which is not come under these root parasite or the shoot parasite, and usually these are means they can produce their food by their own, means they are not dependent on anything, but they will attack and uh, they can prepare their food, but for other things they are dependent on their the host plant for the habitat or anything else. So this example, Cassitha filiformis, is also a parasite which you have to remember. And this usually much greener in color than the cuscuta. Okay, much greener in color than cuscuta. Okay. Now, this Orebanke, some characteristic features I am telling you about this Orebanke also. Just write it down. Key, this are usually, this is also known as the common English name. You can say this is the broom rape, and this also attack on the sunflower. This is uh, who is preparing for the ASRB net. So this question is asked in net, I think 2016 or 17. This Orebanke attack on a sunflower, and the species or the which attack on this sunflower name is Orebanke cumana. Okay, so this is very important. And for controlling this Orebanke, you have to use agromycid shoot borer. This is one, you can say, bioherbicide type of thing. Ki agromycid shoot borer is there, which can control your Orebanke. Okay, and for Striga, if you see, so the Striga is known as, the English name is witchweed. Okay, and I told you earlier also that they initially depend on the host food, but later on they will be preparing in their food. And for controlling the striga, we are using 2,4-D sodium salt. Okay, and as I told you, this striga is on attack on the sorghum, cowpea, and the maize, but their species are different. Means if it attacking on the sorghum, and then this Harmon harmontica is there, which is going to be the species, means striga harmontica, or asiatica is there, or lutea. These are the species of the striga which usually attack on the sorghum as well as on the maize. Okay, but for the cowpea, they are having different species, and that is known as striga just neroid. Just neroid. Okay, and for this we are having the trap crop is also there for the striga. And this trap crop for the sugarcane, if it is attacking on the sugarcane, then for that we are having one trap crop that is known as desmodium. Okay, this you have to remember. These all are the question which is for the ASRB net. Okay, these type of question are going to ask in your net exam. Okay, if we talk about the cuscuta, then your cuscuta is common, or English name is known as the dodder. Okay, and I have told you कि they are usually attack on the alpha alpha. So for alpha alpha, Cuscuta campestris is the species which is going to attack. And if we talk about the Niger, so in Niger, Cuscuta chinensis species is there. which is going to attack. And for linseed, we are having Cuscuta epithelium. Okay, and this Cuscuta is usually belong to the family Convolvulaceae, sorry, Convolvulaceae family, and this is only means in Convolvulaceae family, this Cuscuta is the only genus which is the parasitic in nature, and usually they are not going to produce their own food. Okay, and nothing else is important in this. Then the second one is the Loranthus, and in Loranthus, the full name or the species is the Longiflorus, Loranthus longiflorus, and this is green in color. They usually attack on mango tree, citrus, Casuariana, teck, or anything. And nothing much in this Cuscuta family I have told you, and this Loranthus is also belong to family Dendron. I'm just forgetting what is the family name. Exotic striker. I will be telling you other family names in later classes, but these are the important things. Now, based on the origin, is time is left? No. Okay. Any doubt, students?
मैम इतना सारा वीड का नाम कैसे याद होगा मैम?
इतना सारे वीट का नाम पता है? ऐसे ना, मतलब तुम ऐसे लेके बैठोगे ना कि मैम आज बैठते हैं और बस आज तो सारे वीट का नाम याद कर लेंगे, ऐसे नहीं होता है। ठीक है, जैसे कि मैंने अभी आपको बताया ना, मैंने आज क्यों वाटर सारा जो है एक साथ दे दिया, क्योंकि उसमें जैसे मैं कैसे करती थी अपने टाइम में बीएससी के, कि 10 वीट लिया आज, ठीक है, उसको एक चार्ट पेपर लो और उन
यस
10
मैम।
वीट का नाम लिख लो। जैसे कि तुम सिर्फ ये लिखो कि वाटर फर्न, ऐसे लिख लिया, वाटर हाइसॉफ लिख लिया, वाटर हाइसेंट लिख लिया, ऐसे करके सिर्फ 10 और एक कैटेगरी बना के याद करो। जैसे मैंने वाटर वाटर की एक कैटेगरी बना ली, फिर उसके बाद जितने भी गोट वीड है, चिक वीड है, डक वीड है, जिसमें भी जैसे नाम थे ना, कि डक वीड हो गया या चिक वीड हो गया, गोट वीड हो गया, तो इसकी एक अलग कैटेगरी बना ली। ठीक है, तो आज सिर्फ मैं वाटर वीट को याद करूंगी, कल जो है जितने भी एनिमल्स के बेसिस पे नाम है उनको याद करूंगी। फिर आपका आता है कि ये डे फ्लावर करके हो गया, मॉर्निंग ग्लोरी हो गया, ये सारे जो कैटेगरी थे ना उसको मैंने एक तरफ रख लिया। इस तरीके से तुम रोज 4-5 याद करोगे ना, तो तुमको एक दिन ऐसा रहेगा कि याद करने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी, चिकवीड का नाम आएगा तो हो सकता है तुमको साइंटिफिक नेम उस समय नहीं याद आएगा, लेकिन ऑप्शन में देखते ही तुम कह दोगे कि हाँ ये वाला जो है ना ये चिकवीड है। बस रोज के रोज रिवाइज जरूर करना, रिवीजन करते रहोगे और कुछ ना कुछ ट्रिक्स बना के याद करोगे तो वो तुमको याद रहेगा। अगर तुम ऐसे सोचने बैठ गए ना कि नहीं आज तो मैं सारा याद कर डालूंगा, तो उस तरीके से नहीं होता है। ठीक है,
ओके मैम।
हाँ हाँ, मैं जो अभी भूल गई थी आपका, तो ओरे बैंड के जो होता है तो वो तो ओरे बैंड केसी फैमिली से ही होता है। ठीक है, उसमें याद करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है। लोरेंथस जो है आपको उसका भी याद करने का ज़रूरत नहीं है, क्योंकि वो भी आपके लोरेंथेसी फैमिली से ही बिलोंग करता है। ठीक है, फिर आपका ये जो स्ट्राइगा है ना, और आपका कॉन्वोल्विलस, क्योंकि सॉरी कस्क्यूटा, तो सी फॉर कस्क्यूटा और सी फॉर कॉन्वोल्विलस, तो इसकी फैमिली ऐसे याद रखो, कस्क्यूटा की जो फैमिली है वो कॉन्वोल्विलेसी फैमिली है। जो स्ट्राइगा की फैमिली ये थोड़ी डिफरेंट है। ठीक है, तो उसका जो नाम है वो है आपका स्क्रोफाइली रीएसी, स्क्रोफाइली फाइलेरी एसी। ठीक है, ये इसकी फैमिली है। तो अब देखो मैंने ना इसका नाम याद नहीं रखा है, सही बता रही हूँ मैं, मुझे याद है कि CLOS है, तो स्ट्राइगा और कस्क्यूटा की फैमिली उसके नाम से है, मतलब उसके फर्स्ट अल्फाबेट से है। तो कस्क्यूटा जहाँ आता है तो कॉन्वोल्वुलस मेरे अपने आप सही हो जाता है, स्ट्राइगा जहाँ भी आएगा क्योंकि इसका एकदम ही अलग ही फैमिली है कि स्क्रोफाइलिडेसी फैमिली होगी, तो ये नाम कहीं देखती हूँ ना तो याद आ जाता है कि हाँ भाई ये तो स्ट्राइगा की फैमिली है। और लोरेंथस और ओरेबेनके की फैमिली एज इट इज है, उनके नाम पे ही है, लोरेंथेसी फैमिली हो गई और ओरेबेनकेसी फैमिली हो गई। तो ये जो मैं आपको कल ट्रिक बता रही थी, जो कि मैंने ऐसे याद किया है, तो इसी से काफी चीजें जो होती मेरी हो जाता है। एक ट्रिक बनाया तो मेरा पूरा का पूरा जो ये पैरासिटिक वीड्स होते हैं ना, ये एक साथ कवर हो जाएंगे। और किसी और के ट्रिक्स को कॉपी करोगे ना तो हो सकता है तुम भूल जाओगे, लेकिन खुद के ट्रिक्स बनाओगे ना तो वो ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट रहता है, वो तुमको याद रहेगा क्योंकि तुमने अपने दिमाग से बनाया है। अगर ये याद हो गया तो अच्छी चीज है, नहीं तो अपने ट्रिक्स बनाओ तो फिर वो लॉन्ग टर्म तक तुमको याद रहेंगे वो सारी चीजें। थोड़ा दिमाग लगाना पड़ेगा, बस यही कहूंगी और क्या बोलूं। और रोज के रोज पढ़ो, 1 घंटा भी पढ़ो, लेकिन कंटिन्यूअस में पढ़ो। नहीं पढ़ोगे तो आज जो भी पढ़ा, ठीक है, कल रिवाइज नहीं किया, वो होता है ना कंप्यूटर में प्राइमरी मेमोरी और सेकेंडरी मेमोरी, तो प्राइमरी मेमोरी में तो सब आता है कि हाँ आज पढ़ा तो आज तो ये सब तुमको याद हो जाएगा, कोई पूछेगा तुरंत तो फटाफट आंसर दोगे। लेकिन सेकेंडरी मेमोरी में जब तक नहीं जाएगा, मतलब कि इस तरीके से चला जाए दिमाग में कि कोई नीड में भी पूछे कि ये कैसे है या क्या है, तो कोई ना कोई ट्रिक तो तुमको याद आ ही जाएगी। तो सेकेंडरी मेमोरी में डालने के लिए तुमको रोज पढ़ना पड़ेगा, रोज जो भी तुमने आज पढ़ा उसको रिवाइज करो कल। नहीं करोगे तो फिर से तुमको उतनी ही मेहनत करनी पड़ेगी उस चीज को याद करने में। किताब खोल के बैठ जाओ, और ऐसा भी नहीं है कि 4 घंटा पढ़ना है, नहीं यार, आधा 1 घंटा पढ़ो, लेकिन एकदम खुशी होके पढ़ोगे ना तो याद रहेगा। समझ में आया? वैसे मैं बात किससे कर रही थी?
विश्वकर्मा कुमार मैम।
अच्छा, विश्वकर्मा कुमार।
यस मैम।
ओके, ठीक है। एनीथिंग एल्स बच्चों? ये मेरा स्टाइल तो सही है ना, मतलब किसी को कोई इसमें प्रॉब्लम तो नहीं है? थोड़ा इंग्लिश वालों को होगा तो मैं दोनों में ही पढ़ाती हूँ, ऐसा नहीं है। वरदान तो यूपी साइड का ही लग रहा है, शिवाक्षी शर्मा को भी कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं, माधवी को भी नहीं। ये रेडमी कौन है?
I'm Amrita, ma'am.
मृदा।
Hello. Yes, ma'am. I am from Kerala.
Okay, that's why you will be having the problem in English.
No problem, ma'am. I am doing my PG in Allahabad. That's why I know Hindi. Not much, but
Okay, from the SHIATS you are doing your.
yes, ma'am.
Okay, under
Uh,
which, who is your advisor?
Joy Davidson, sir.
ओके, जॉय डॉसन, ठीक है ठीक है, उनको नाम बताना मेरा। ही नो मी वेरी
Uh,
वेल, मीन्स एक्चुअली एवरी टीचर्स नो मी वेरी वेल।
oh,
राजेश, हाँ राजेश आपके हो गए,
uh,
विक्रम सर हो
uh,
गए।
yes, Thomas, sir. So,
हाँ, थॉमस सर से तो बहुत डांट खाए हैं हम लोग, ही इज
uh,
स्ट्रिक्ट। और जो आपके सॉइल साइंस के जो टीचर होंगे थॉमस सर, डेविड
uh,
सर इज देयर।
uh, yeah, but अभी थॉमस सर रिटायर्ड हो गई.
रिटायर्ड हो गए, हाँ, अब वो किसी को भी
Uh,
अपने अंडर, ठीक है ठीक है।
uh,
Excuse me, ma'am. Ma'am, can you tell us about your career journey?
बर्नियर अभी तो सब फुल स्टॉप है कोरोना में, ठीक है।
hmm.
और आई हैव डन माय ग्रेजुएशन फ्रॉम दिस रियाट्स यूनिवर्सिटी एंड आई बिलोंग टू इलाहाबाद ओनली, सो दैट्स कॉलेज इज नियर टू माय hometown, that's why I have joined in this agriculture field. And I have done my post graduation from the Meerut University, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel University, and I'm least interested in PhD. So I'm not doing the PhD right now. I'm preparing for the civil services, and I have cracked the this 2018, you can say the prelims of the UP state PCS job. But in mains, for mains, I'm just preparing. I can say this thing only, nothing else. My very much interest in the officer job is there, and teaching is you can say I love to teach. That's why from the very means from my childhood now I was teaching to my sister also. So I love teaching, means जो भी आता है वो किसी न किसी को पढ़ाते रहो तो वो अलग मजा देता है, कहते हैं ना वो क्या कहते हैं सलमान खान की भाषा में, उससे किक मिलती है कि किसी को जो भी आता है किसी को पढ़ाते रहो, जितना बांटेंगे उतना अच्छा रहेगा. और हाँ, I was not the gold medalist, but I was just point one, you can say 0.01 difference is there with my colleague, and she was the gold medalist in graduation also and in the post graduation also, because I never focused on the marks. So this is my drawback also, you can say ki from the starting I never focused on that ki I should go for the gold medal or I should means focus on the marks. So only with the point 0.02 or 0.01 like this the differences are there, because especially the South Indians, they are very competitive in nature. I don't know from where they are having this much competitive nature. So in MSc also, one colleague is from, I think, Karnataka. He was there. He stood first, and my percentage was 85.07, and his percentage was 85.09. Like this only, not much difference. But don't focus on the marks. That's my main agenda. And what else you want to know?
Adam, where is your friend now as a career wise?
Okay, my
That
friends
hmm,
means that colleague one,
yes,
the Karnataka
yes,
one.
ma'am.
Huh, he
Yes,
is
yes, that
there. He is there in his hometown only. He joined US Dharwad is there, na USA something UAS
yes,
like this.
ma'am.
So he's doing his PhD. Means he was graduated from that university. Then he came to Meerut, and again he back to his hometown. So he's doing his PhD from there only. And the in graduation and the post graduation, Alicia is there, and she was doing I think from the West Bengal she is doing her graduate, I mean, just PhD. One college is there, I'm forgetting that name.
Ma'am, what are the options after PhD, like career wise?
Just you have the name that means initials, you are having the doctorate degree, name is there, that's it. I don't think ki any other advantages is there. Means if you have to go in universities, okay, means you want to be the assistant professor or like this, then only you have to go for the PhD. And if you don't have any interest in this assistant professor job or anything like this, though, you should not do the PhD. Okay, because in if you want to teach in graduation, means like degree college or like this thing, means till 12th, so you will be having one exam. You can qualify that exam and you can be the teacher or lecturer in that college. But if you want to be the assistant professor, for that it's become mandatory that you should do the PhD. Only for that the PhD option is there. But for rest of the exams, any exams related to the agriculture, you just have to be the graduate. That's it. Graduation is more than enough for any government job. मतलब किसी को जॉब करनी है तो ग्रेजुएशन के बाद अच्छे से उसी की तैयारी करो, कि जो भी तुमने टारगेट लिया है, कि क्योंकि तुम नबार्ड के लिए एलिजिबल हो, तुम अपना IBPS AFO तो होता ही है, वो तो बहुत ही कॉमन है। लेकिन नाबार्ड एक बहुत ही रेप्यूटेड जॉब होती है कि अगर कोई भी एक्स्ट्रा ब्रिलियंट है तो उसको नाबार्ड के लिए ज़रूर ट्राई करना चाहिए, उसको सिविल सर्विसेज के लिए करना चाहिए। आजकल तो ऐसा हो गया है कि जो एग्रीकल्चर बैकग्राउंड से नहीं है, वो एग्रीकल्चर की जो सीट होती है ना, जो फिक्स सीटें हैं, वो एग्रीकल्चर ऑप्ट करते हैं क्योंकि उनके लिए एग्रीकल्चर बहुत इजी सब्जेक्ट है। और उसके बाद वो अपना UPSC या फिर स्टेट PCS के लिए कॉम्पीट करते हैं, क्योंकि एग्रीकल्चर वाले बच्चे जाते ही नहीं, मुझे समझ ही नहीं आता क्यों नहीं जाते हैं। वो सब PhD, सब के सब पीछे भागे रहते हैं PhD के, कि PhD करना है, PhD करना है, PhD करना है। PhD करने के बाद फिर क्या होता है, मोस्ट ऑफ द स्टूडेंट्स क्या करते हैं, वो सिर्फ और सिर्फ प्राइवेट कॉलेज में पढ़ाते हैं, क्योंकि असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसर बनने की, हाँ, जो भी अच्छे रेप्यूटेड जो थोड़ा एक्स्ट्रा ब्रिलियंट होते हैं, तो वो तो उन्हें तो कहीं ना कहीं सीट मिल जाती है। थोड़ा रेफरेंसेस भी चाहिए रहता है असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसर बनने के लिए, तो ये सारी चीजें रहती हैं। और तो कुछ नहीं कहेंगे, मतलब बहुत सारे जॉब अपॉर्चुनिटीज हैं अगर आप सिर्फ ग्रेजुएट हैं एग्रीकल्चर से तो। अरे, आई थिंक आई शुड स्टॉप, क्योंकि ये सब कुछ यूट्यूब पे भी जा रहा होगा।
It's okay, ma'am. Thank you so much for your valuable time.
ओके, वेलकम।
Thank you,
कोई भी
ma'am.
डाउट हो, फ्री टू आस्क, ओके। आफ्टर द क्लास जो भी हमारा 10 मिनट्स होता है उसमें हम डिस्कशन करेंगे, क्योंकि डिस्कशन करने से ही थोड़ा दिमाग खुलेगा, ठीक है।
मैम आप ये सारा सिलेबस कंप्लीट करवा दोगे इसका,
हाँ,
वीट का?
वीड, मुझे तो वीड बोला गया है तो मैं वीड का सारा कंप्लीट करा दूँ, क्योंकि वीड बहुत ही वो है, इंटरेस्टिंग है।
मैम जो इसमें आगे मैकेनिज्म्स आते हैं, मैकेनिज्म ऑफ एक्शन इन हर्बिसाइड, वो सारा आप करवा दोगे डिटेल में?
एक्चुअली अगर तुम लोग सिर्फ JRF के लिए पढ़ रहे हो ना,
यस मैम।
तो JRF
बट
में
मैम
इतना नहीं
क्वेश्चंस
पूछेगा।
आते हैं थोड़े डीप, क्योंकि आजकल फिजियोलॉजी के क्वेश्चंस भी आ रहे हैं उसमें, तो थोड़ा
फिजियोलॉजी के
थोड़ा
कौन
मतलब
से क्वेश्चन आए हैं, मुझे जरा बताना, दिखाना।
मैम आपको मैं सेंड करूंगी।
क्योंकि
तो अगर
जहाँ,
आप थोड़ा सा टच करोगे ना उस चीज को, मैकेनिज्म ऑफ एक्शन को, थोड़ा फिजियोलॉजिकल वे में, तो शायद हमें हेल्प हो जाएगी।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल, एक्चुअली मैंने डेमो क्लास में मैंने वही स्टार्ट ही किया था, मैकेनिज्म से ही स्टार्ट किया
यस
था।
मैम, यस
हाँ,
मैम।
क्योंकि वो थोड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग भी है, मुझे पढ़ाने में कोई ऑब्जेक्शन नहीं, लेकिन फिर बाकी लोग कहेंगे मैम ये तो एग्जाम में आता ही नहीं है। मैम ने क्या
एक्चुअली मैम,
क्या, हाँ मैम
मैम
ने क्या,
क्वेश्चंस वहीं से आ रहे हैं ना ज्यादातर,
ओके।
और मैक्सिमम बच्चे स्किप कर देते हैं वो चीज। और मैंने यूनिवर्सिटी में मैं
पर ठीक है, देखते हैं। तुम मुझे जो भी क्वेश्चंस है, तुमने एक्चुअली तुमने सेंड भी किया था, अब मैं फ्री हो गई हूँ तो मैं देखूंगी। लेकिन मेरे टाइम पे यार यही सब पूछता है, मैं तो इतने सारे एग्जाम्स देती रहती हूँ। रूट पैरासाइट ये पूछ लेगा तुम्हारा, ये थोड़े हर्बिसाइड से क्वेश्चन आ जाते हैं। तुम्हारा मतलब बहुत ही कॉमन, मतलब सुपरफिशियल क्वेश्चंस आते हैं JRF के लिए। अब देखते हैं, फिजियोलॉजी में इन डेप्थ जाते हैं, मैकेनिज्म में भी सिर्फ तुम्हारा ये पूछ लेगा कि कौन से हर्बिसाइड जो है किस मोड ऑफ एक्शन पे जो है वो इनहिबिट करता है, दैट्स इट। इससे ज्यादा तो चलो ठीक है, मैं एक बार फिर से इसको गो थ्रू होंगी कि कौन से क्वेश्चंस ऐसे आए हैं।
ओके मैम, थैंक यू।
ओके, ओके, थैंक यू।